exploring sensory exploitation and deception, a AI-driven bioacoustic modeling perspective.
Welcome to the Universal Principles podcast. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of sensory exploitation and deception. It's the idea that animals and even us humans can be influenced by cleverly designed artificial signals. Think of it as pushing the right buttons to get a specific reaction. But how does this play out in AI-driven bioacoustic modeling?
Thanks for having me. In my field, AI-driven bioacoustic modeling, we use artificial intelligence to generate digital audio representations of bioacoustic information. The interesting part is using AI to generate these sounds or signals to interact with and influence animal behavior. What's fascinating about sensory exploitation and deception is that it's all about leveraging inherent biases and vulnerabilities for influence. We are essentially creating supernormal stimuli.
Could you walk us through a concrete example of creating these supernormal stimuli?
Absolutely. One example is artificially amplified frog calls. Researchers found that females are more attracted to calls that are louder or have a specific frequency. AI can generate these calls with exaggerated features, making them irresistible to the females. We can attract more females than the natural calls. It is a hyper-effective mating call.
That's incredible, so you're essentially creating the perfect frog serenade. Any other examples come to mind?
Another example is generating deceptive alarm calls. Imagine a scenario where you want to deter predators from a specific area, maybe to protect an endangered species nesting ground. By creating artificial alarm calls, even when there's no real danger, you can trick predators into avoiding the area. It's like a virtual scarecrow, but using sound.
So interesting that these principles transcend nature and can be applied to other areas. Can you think of related principles outside of bioacoustics?
Definitely. Think about priming in behavioral science. Priming is where exposure to one stimulus influences a response to a subsequent stimulus. In a way, it's about exploiting pre-existing mental biases to influence behavior, which is similar to what we do with animals using sensory cues. The more you know.
Fascinating. If someone wanted to implement this sensory exploitation and deception principle ethically, what advice would you give them?
Great question. First, always consider the potential harm to the target species or system. Second, be transparent about your methods whenever possible. And third, constantly monitor and adapt your approach based on the observed effects. Remember, it's a powerful tool, so use it responsibly.
That's some solid advice. Any closing thoughts on leveraging inherent biases?
Just remember to always question your own perceptions and biases. Understanding how these principles work can help you become more aware of how they might be used on you, too. The natural world is full of surprises.
Absolutely. Thanks for shedding light on this fascinating topic. And thank you, listeners, for tuning into Universal Principles. Until next time, keep exploring.